Hello, Wanderers. Welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following Tion Dayne, the Sword of the Morning. And in that last episode, we had nearly completed the goal of conquering the three daughters alongside our ally, Daemon Targaryen. And so here, as we lay siege, we are actually going to use our dragon because, I don't know, we might as well see what these events are like, shouldn't we? I stand before the walls of Pendan, my dragon great ghost at my side. Are men surrounding the buildings, the defenders trapped within, cowering behind the walls, though we could doubtless force them to surrender with enough time. No walls can protect them from dragonfire. It is not without risk, but I could ride Grey Ghost to unleash his flames upon the castle and bring the siege to a much quicker end. Yeah, I think that we are going to probably, we're not going to go like too hard on him here. You will ride Grey Ghosts, unleash flames upon them. Strike the easy targets first, weakening their defenses. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to go for there with our dragon. We'll see if any, I don't know if any events or pop-ups come, but we definitely got a little bit of a boost there to our siege, and so it looks like we will be accomplishing it pretty quickly here, and our war score in this war is now at 100%, so I'm sure Daemon will be ending it very soon here, and the siege is going to complete in that moment as well. Oh, luckily we got a little bit of extra money out of that, and we can potentially ransom a prisoner. Not yet, but there we go. It's done. Well, now we're only at 96 because these people finished their siege. Damn, they were. I thought Daemon was gonna do his thing in time, but apparently not. Well, I guess we'll use our dragon again. Yeah, let's do it again here. Doesn't seem like we've suffered any injuries or anything, and it's only going to take a few months to finish it off. But a rather bothersome turn of events here. Daemon should have just got that done while he had the chance. What do we have here? Arrange a betrothal. Ah, yes, our daughter no longer has the betrothal that we had set up for her, which we were going to get anyways. Thankfully, some people pointed out that using the advanced cheat menu, which is how I set up the scenarios and characters and things like that, you can actually set up an alliance as well. So I've arranged that. Daemon's child did actually die from being sickly in the couple months anyway. So who's this? Sargon Santigar? I kind of like House Santigar. They are kind of cool. They don't seem to be big and no, he's in trouble. He's just calling us in because he wants to get an ally. We'll find somebody better for our daughter. He just needs our help in a war, and that's we're not going to just get pulled into something like that, especially with a lesser lord than House Dayne. There we go. Now it's done. Come on, Daemon, just end it. Don't let any more sieges go. I don't want to have to even go up on my ships, so we're just gonna hang out here and hope that he actually does what he needs to do. Here we go. We won the war led by King Daemon, the rogue prince of the three daughters. So be it. Well, look at that. Let's take a look at the three daughters now with King Daemon here ruling from Myr. Wow, that's pretty cool, actually. I like that he chose Myr as his capital here, which has a really cool model, as you can see. It looks quite neat. I really like the kind of staircases up and everything they did with the palace and whatnot. Looks very cool. Very interesting place for Daemon to rule from here. So, yeah, in that last episode, there was a lot of big developments, of course. Not only, our alliance with Daemon and now, putting him on the throne here, the three daughters, giving himself a very powerful kingdom, which he will no doubt go on to rule. Hopefully well, but we'll see. It's Daemon, so don't expect much. But not only that, but Viserys Targaryen committed suicide, apparently, allegedly, leaving his daughter and heir, Queen Rhaenyra the Smoldering Flame, to sit the throne as the Queen of the Seven Kingdoms. Now, this is an interesting turn of events, obviously. Um, when Viserys died in the canonical uh, Game of Thrones, of course, you guys all know what happened with the Dance of the Dragon, but that happened much later in Viserys's life. I believe Rhaenyra was, well, she was quite a bit older than 17 when that happened. So, you know, the idea of Prince Aegon, who's only 6 years old in this timeline, being, you know, pushed to the throne like immediately might not necessarily happen. So yeah, like as some people pointed out, we're probably not going to get a Dance of Dragons in the same fashion that we did upon Viserys's death, you know, with Alicent pushing her son Aegon immediately. And that's probably mostly because the side of the Greens, as it were, you know, the faction of Alicent here, will not. Oh, wow, she's got another spouse already. Is this. Oh, she's been child with 9 months. Probably. How long ago did Viserys die? Let's just check here. 71, 114. So on the 8th moon, it's the 4th moon. So she's probably still pregnant with Viserys's child, I'm assuming. So we'll see if we get a son and it ends up being, you know, this universe's version of Aemond. But yeah, we don't know how Prince Aegon here is gonna turn out. He does have a dragon, a Daumio. We'll probably change that name. That's a unless somebody can explain to me what that means in Valyrian. But he does have a dragon. So, and his dragon is bloodthirsty. That's gonna make for some interesting, an interesting turn of events here, potentially. But yeah, I could see the Dance of the Dragons happening, but much later in this timeline. You'll remember too that in that last episode, Rhaenyra tried to get us to assist her in kidnapping the High Septon. Yeah, she wanted us to kidnap the High Septon for her. To me, this signals the fact that the High Septon is probably not going. I'm guessing he refused to, you know, bless the coronation of Rhaenyra here, and so she is not ruling with the blessing of the faith. You know, probably because this guy seems like a bit of a raging misogynist, considering he's called the raunchy one and he's lustful and callous. So probably doesn't have a lot of respect for women, and not only that, but a respect for a woman leader, a young one, especially like a Rhaenyra here. So yeah, will the Green faction rise? Potentially, I could definitely see it. I could see Aegon being backed by the Faith, but probably not till he's a bit older, when he actually has a dragon that could, you know, potentially match Rhaenyra's dragon or any of her allies, because she does have some allied dragons such as King Daemon here. Would Daemon try to push his own claim? Well, technically he can't, because he does, you know, he has a thing apparently for Rhaenyra here. They do have an alliance, so I wouldn't be surprised if Daemon is still going to try something along the canonical lines of, you know, trying to marry her if the situation arises. We'll see how that all plays out. But yeah, I think that the Dance of Dragons is going to be, it's not going to disappear. The chance of such a thing is not going to disappear, but it's not going to happen in the same way, and it's not going to happen quite so soon. But I don't think that Rhaenyra's rule is going to be as stable as it might seem here. So she's got a chance though, but we shall certainly see. Now, in that last episode, and I will get time running here because we will have some kind of events and stuff going. Looks like there is some disease spreading. I do want to take a look at this. What is this? The what do we got here? Is this Muriel's boils started in Baldcrest? Presuming, yeah, okay, it is Muriel. Yeah, I can see it there. Boils, what is this to? Spotted fever. Ooh, okay, so it's actually kind of dangerous. Many people call this the little leprosy. Well, I don't want to get that. We got a spy potentially at Corrin's court. I guess we could potentially isolate. Let's see, can we isolate? No, we can't even anyways, so no matter. We won't worry about we won't worry about such things. All right. Well, from here, yeah, I did want to address something that came up in the last episode, and that was, as many people pointed out, in Dorne, they have different attitudes towards bastards. One, they often have, official paramours, and children of bastards are more likely to be legitimized. They aren't treated as poorly. And, just generally the attitude towards bastards in Dorne is quite a bit different than in the rest of the Seven Kingdoms. But I don't necessarily think that it goes for everywhere in Dorne, because there is a very important point that a lot of people weren't considering when they were saying how, it didn't necessarily make sense for us to be so angry that Doran would put his legitimized bastard here ahead of the child of our own dynasty. A lot of people were saying that didn't necessarily make sense as much because of the attitude of the Dornish people towards bastards. But I disagree, and I'll give you the reason why. Because Dorne is not a homogenous culture. It is indeed mostly made up of 3 to 4, if you're counting, the true Roynish culture, which does still exist around the Greenblood. But you've got these 3 different cultures here: Salt Dornish, Sand Dornish, and Stone Dornish. Now, Salt Dornish are the ones that we probably know the best, and that's because of the Martells. And the Stone Dornish are Dornish people, people who would have lived here, from the times of the First Men or times of the Andal, but who have a lot, probably have the most influence from the Rhoynar culture, from the Rhoynish people who came down here with Nymeria and settled in Dorne. The Salt Dornish are probably the ones who have the most Rhoynish blood and, have the deepest connection to that. Then you've got the Sand Dornish. They're the ones who are more from the deserts of Dorne, the deeper parts of the desert. They also probably would have a lot more Rhoynish blood. I kind of suspect, because a lot of them have like darker skin and things like that, that there may be some mix of Summer Islander blood in here, and it would kind of make sense, just proximity wise. And so, yeah, they would also have probably some Rhoynish blood. And the attitude towards, lovers and paramours and bastards and things like that we see in Dornish culture probably comes from the Rhoynish culture, because we don't really see that same attitude in Andal culture or First Men culture. And that brings me to the Stone Dornish, because the Stone Dornish people, as you look here, look at the Sand Dornish, look at their things, or Rhoynar blood. Look at the Salt Dornish, Rhoynar blood. Look at the Stone Dornish, Andal blood. The Stone Dornish culture is a culture that is far more based in Andal and First Men origins than that of the Sand Dornish and the Salt Dornish. And therefore, if their culture is more closely tied with Andals and with the First Men, then you would expect that their attitudes towards certain things would also follow suit. And you can see here, staunch traditionalists. That, to me, suggests that they are more staunch traditionalists of those Andal and First Men features, which would consider bastardy to be a lower thing, and would consider paramours and lovers to be less strongly. And even it is said, and this is, I believe, canonical, that some Stone Dornish don't even necessarily follow the equal inheritance laws that they would follow among the more Rhoynar people. So they would follow the more traditional father to son rather than father to firstborn, whether that's son or daughter. So in my mind, because we are Stone Dornish, because we are of that culture, that gives even more reason for us to be offended by this match. And, our daughter, lots of people are saying whether she would even care or not, like, we did make her divorce. We, stripped her of her position, essentially. but I don't know if we would really care or not because of the level of insult to us. And even if you put all of that aside, I don't think anyone, even a Dornishman, is going to accept having someone from their blood put aside for a bastard who came out of nowhere. You'll remember this character was not even known about when our son was born. He came after, and so it's pretty obvious to me that this would be an insult, and an insult even more so because of our Stone Dornish culture. So there you go, little lesson on that. I'm sure I got some things not exactly right, as I often do, but just something to keep in mind, and another explanation for the various things that I speak of here. And interestingly enough, here a secret truth has reached the light of day. My son, Lord Edric, has an extramarital affair with my spymaster Bella. How could he defile the sanctity of his marriage? This crime cannot go unpunished, guards. I mean, it's pretty hypocritical of us. Oh, look at this. Ah, you should have been drinking that tea, Bella, and now look what happens. Well, we're gonna have to deal with this. It would be hypocritical for us to call out Prince Corin here and not call out our own family. One might understand such a thing, but this crime cannot go unpunished. Yeah, we are going to imprison Bella Blackmont. Obviously, we're not going to imprison our son. But if people find out about this, well, everybody has found out about it already. We gotta have to do something about this. So we are going to imprison Bella. And what's a fitting punishment? Sent to the Silent Sisterhood? Let's see. We can negotiate release. Take the vows, we say. Yeah, you know what? I think that we're going to force Bella to take the vows here if she wants to be released. And hopefully our son will have learned his lesson and will remain true to his wife from this point forward. I suppose that means we're going to need a new spy master, because we're not going to put Bella back in charge there. We do have an option, and that is Milla, the wife of Sir Ricaris Whiteblood. And so I think that we are going to appoint her to that position, because she is quite skilled at it. Maybe she was the one who spread the rumor of what happened. Maybe she plotted along with her husband, Sir Ricaris here, to end up getting herself in that position. Who knows? She is Lysini. And you guys know how tricksome those Lysini are. As we let time roll here and just kind of figure out and wait and see, what kind of different and interesting events could occur, I do just want to point out that there are many new characters in our court here, and I'm just going to show you them, very briefly here, so you can see some of them. And these are some of our new channel member characters. Now, we won't go into all of their stories just yet, but we are certainly going to keep an eye on these characters, because if they end up playing a larger role in the story, then perhaps we will learn a little more about them. But yeah, we do have some interesting characters here. As you could see, some of them, might not necessarily be friends of ours, or, might not be characters that we would care much for. Some of them might potentially become friends of ours, but they are certainly interesting, and we will see what kind of role they play in the story. This is an interesting turn of events, though. Speaking of, Lord Tion, we have had our differences in the past, but don't you agree that it's time to let bygones be bygones? My rival Athos gestures for me to him. Whatever's between us, let us start anew. Yeah. I wonder what would cause this turn of events. You know what? Perhaps what this is? This is an interesting thing. I was about to say, this doesn't really make sense. He was sent on a mission to come and deal with the threat that we had with the dragon, and all the stuff related to us taking Grey Ghost. He was sent on a mission to come and deal with us. But, this kind of... I could see why. there could be a potential reason why he might not be as eager to pursue this after the death of Viserys, but he doesn't strike me as a man who is going to give up. He's stubborn, so I'm going to just continue the rivalry just because I don't think that makes a lot of sense. Corin's still trying to win us over, but no, you had your chance. You shouldn't have screwed us over, Corin. Like, I don't know why you did, but we're not just going to accept your apology here so easily. Now, what I do want to do is I do want to start our legend here. You'll remember this is the legend connecting us to the great empire of the Dawn. And even though it's going to cost a lot of money, oh, we could do it from like our grandfather, our father down. It'd be cool if we could, ooh, allowing you to abandon your realm and start a new life in a distant kingdom, imagine. We're going to do it focused on ourselves here, just because it'd be cool if we could do it to like the founder of our dynasty, but it doesn't seem like we can. So I am going to create this. It's going to cost us a lot of money. But if we don't do it now, then we might not get a chance to ever do it properly. So we're going to continue this. Oh, wow. This costs so much to get our... yeah, we can't afford that. So we are not going to... Ooh, look at that, just black spot. Terrible. Is this where Summerhall is? Probably pretty close, right? Not sure exactly. Not sure exactly where Summerhall is, if it shows on the map. But it's somewhere around here anyways, I'm quite certain. Ah, the light shines so pleasantly in the throne room this morning, my lord, my friend Ricard says, walking around the room. It sure reminds me of the day fate decided to start your legend. Do you remember how benevolent you were attending that peasant's desperate pleas? What a pious soul. What would that add? Yeah, I think that's what we would say. I don't think we're... that doesn't seem like something that we would add to our particular legend. Lord Reynard has... Oh, Athos has been imprisoned? Interesting. How did that happen? What kind of trouble have you been getting yourself into, Athos? The Black Huntsman finds himself captured. He is the prey. Will he be able to escape? Well, who knows, honestly. I suppose we'll see, but we'll keep an eye on dear old Athos here and see if the Black Huntsman manages to make his escape. Okay, and Rhaenyra has now... Oh, and she has had a daughter. So the new heir to the Seven Kingdoms, Princess... Okay, you named her after yourself. We might go and change this name. We don't need two Rhaenyras. It's going to get confusing. And, you know, well, I don't know. Maybe she's trying to make Rhaenyra the new Aegon. Entirely possible. Is in terms of, like, the naming scheme of things. So... quite difficult to say. What's Daemon got going on? Any new children? I mean, he has given his son some land. His wife, Queen Laena, is not yet pregnant with another child. His daughter, Lyanne, is growing up here. Azantis. Somebody mentioned that the name, or the word Azantis in High Valyrian means night. And I do think that that is pretty cool. So, yeah, we'll continue with that. And also somebody did point out that all dragons, even in this mod, are assumed male until they give dragon eggs. So this could actually be a female dragon capable of laying dragon eggs. So we could still get dragon eggs in our dynasty's future. And there we go. We've finally completed bonding with Grey Ghosts. We've finished our scheme along with that. And now we have level 3 dragon bond with Grey Ghost, as you can see here. Yeah, nice bonuses. +1 martial, monthly lifestyle experience just in general, 10%. And army movement speed, 10% as well. Plus any previous bonuses like learning, vassal opinion, and diplomacy. So look at all these. Yeah. We can see it all broken down here. Look at all these nice bonuses that we got from that. I would like to fly around on my dragon and potentially increase our training as well. So let's see if we can do that. Freedom of the open skies. With my hands flat on Grey Ghost, my head pressed against him, I feel life flowing through his body. A life shared by our connection. I smile at him, and I could swear he smiles back in the language specific to dragons. Without delay, we take flight. While we could easily get lost in the immensity of the skies, flying and twirling towards the clouds, Grey Ghost takes me towards the sea. Another immensity, just as magnificent. His speed is such that it creates a ripple on the surface of the water. The fish, fleeing, disperse as we pass, while the dolphins, more playful, swim alongside us. With the sudden and powerful beat of his wings, Grey Ghost rises, where even the most mischievous dolphin cannot follow us. A couple tongue twisters there, at least for me, apparently. Lead the way, Grey Ghost, we say. Time to practice our aerial maneuvers. Yeah, okay. We gotta do this because we need that dragon training experience. So let's see. Did we get enough? Yeah, there we go. Look at that. We're now at level 1 dragon training here, which gives us natural dread plus 15 and increases our dragon's combat effectiveness, which I believe we can see. Where does it show? Yeah, 57 combat effectiveness. Is that good? Let's judge that against a pretty combat effective dragon that we know of, and that is Caraxes. Well, yeah, we're about a third of Caraxes here in terms of combat effectiveness. So, yeah, I mean, Caraxes is quite a bit older than Grey Ghost. He's also like 3 times as old-ish, kind of, well, 2 times as old. So, yeah, it's, hey, he is spindly, though. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if Grey Ghost actually manages to become a powerful dragon or not. Probably not within our lifetime, but I mean, any dragon is relatively powerful compared to the common folks. But, you know, we've got other dragons out here, like Rhaenyra's dragon, Syrax, who's, you know what? Syrax is a pretty good comparison to Grey Ghost. It would be interesting to see if Syrax and Grey Ghost, like, who would win in a fight between them. Remains to be seen. So the implacable Tion, we want to, you want to ransom? Sure. And we also got a new trait. We are going to probably hit advanced tactics here and continue on down the martial tree. We could isolate our capital here. Do we need to? Doesn't seem like it. So there we go. It's just bestowing all this royal favor. I mean, we'll take the bonus to the prestige, but for now, we'll see. My master of the hunt, Alan, brings word of beast spawn in my realm. In Astermine, it is said there are excellent prospects for hunting thereabouts. Many antelopes seen there. We could go on a hunt. Let's see. We could do a hunt here. There were wolves, were there not, somewhere? I wonder if they're still around. What do they got here? Antelope sighting. Seems like the wolves maybe have left, so we'll probably go and do, well, we could go here in Astermine itself. Caravan Master, we need one. I suppose we could throw on Frederick Stormblood here, an Ironborn who has made his way to our court. He's actually pretty good at the job. So yeah, you can serve as our caravan master. We'll see if you make a name for yourself, Frederick Stormblood. You know, he seems to be a raider of some kind. But you know what? He's got, you know, he is just authoritative, ambitious, interesting character. Well, we're going to appoint you to the position of our caravan master, and then we shall not worry about anything else because we don't really need to. Now, we could manage the guests. I really don't want Prince Corrin to come. And it looks like he won't because he's our rival. So, good. I'm not going to spend any extra money on it because we probably want to keep most of our money close to our bellies if we can. Keep your money close to your belly. It's a Stone Dornish saying, of course. Soon we say, we're going to go for Slay Beast here just to increase our chances as much as possible. I'd like to get some good hunts in here. It's a nice kind of distraction. You get some good possibilities for events, and also if you win, you can sell things. Our acquaintance Lord Hobart of Old Town has started promoting your legend. Ha! here we go. This is an interesting segue into another aspect of that Great Empire of the Dawn, and I kind of briefly touched on it as well. And some people suggest that, you know, perhaps House Hightower is connected to the Great Empire of the Dawn in the same way that House Dayne is. I know some people corrected me because while I was speaking of that, I mentioned oily black stone as the basis of the Hightower. It wasn't the oily black stone. There is oily black stone in connection with various things, and like things in Sithorios, and I believe in Ashai and other places and stuff, but that is not the same type of stone. That is the base of the Hightower here. It's a different type of black stone. Apparently there's lots of different black stone types in Game of Thrones. Is that the same black stone that makes up the walls of Tyrosh? That's a good question. Maybe somebody can answer that in the comments below. But in any case, the fact that Lord Hobart here is promoting the legend, perhaps he's promoting it in the sense that both House Dayne and House Hightower come from that Great Empire of the Dawn. Anyways, could explain why he's promoting our legend there. So yeah, let's see if we get any good events along the way. We are going to speed up time because there's not really too much happening just yet. We do need to think about what we are going to do. Ashara to Martin Jourdain. Is he an heir? He is the heir to the High Lordship of the Tor, which is relatively powerful. The Tor, that's not too bad. Question is, you know what? I'm going to decline this because I'm actually would like to set up the marriage here with Lord Ganless of Sandstone because he's very close to us and he could be a pretty good ally to us here. Well, Ironwood or Ironwood. Let's see. There's already marriages there. Yeah, you know what? I want to set it up with House Corgyle here. I think that's a decent alliance for us to get, and they will accept, of course. Of course they would accept. Master Darius? Wait, who the heck is Master Darius? Nobody I particularly care about here. This is not an important character anyways. Let's get out there. All right, so 80% chance of success. Excellent. Our daughter is going to be married to the House of Corgyle. Excellent. As we amble in the group, I hear Lord Banfrey behind me. This is Lord Banfrey of Astermine, the northern branch of House Dayne. Look at that loathsome Bamput. He's just fighting with one of our other lords here. You're acting like a child, you'll be punished. No. This is no way for a lord to act, we say. We will become a mediator between them. Look at this, Robert Strongarm and Lord Banfrey bond over hunting. Interesting. My huntsmen have pointed out a secluded clearing downwind of the beast's covert, a perfect place to form our bowline and wait for the antelope. It would be a fine chance to practice our archery on a real moving target. A great suggestion. We will attempt to ambush it. No, I want to corner it. This is more perilous. Well, we are brave, so I think we're going to try to corner it. The forest truly is the mantle of the poor, but as the antelope flees in panic from the foraging peasants, I feel my patience wearing thin. Surely there must be better things to do in Astermine today than picking roots and mushrooms. Drive this rabble out of my hunting ground? No. A generous donation should keep them away long enough. These are their ancient rights, I suppose. That probably sounds like the most Tion thing to say, so yeah, we will do that. Still got an 80% chance here. After hours of riding, we finally corner the wily beast. We can bring it down ourselves. 13% chance. This is crazy amount, like high chance that we've died. Do we use our bow? I mean, you greatly increase the hunter experience trait, or do we shoot it? I mean, how do you really like chase down? Oh no, we got it close to it. I think we'll just take it down with the bow. I take aim as the party, keep the exhausted animal in place, and loose. Yeah, we'll use the bow here. That's how you do it. Proper hunt, you know? There we go. Oh, heeding the call of the wild is an adventure, and this outing delivered the good and the bad in abundance. There's nothing quite like the thrill of bringing down a mighty beast. Lord Connery directs the breaking up, carefully skinning the carcass. I'll keep it as a memento. Yeah, of course we will keep it as a memento. Finish the hunt, so we lose stress. We gain hunter experience and some other bonuses as well. So there we go. Dangerous beast slain. Antelope horn. Oh, that's actually a pretty decent artifact. Famed trinket. Can we sell it? Can we sell this on the market? Where's the market? Peru's artifacts market. Let us go and take a look. What if we try to sell this antelope horn? Pretty decent amount of money. We have Tion spear. Interesting. We should give that out to somebody. I think we're going to sell this antelope horn. It's worth a lot of money, and we don't really have much reason to keep it. And beyond that, we need the money to continue this legend. We're going to be hurting for money if we don't do it, especially if we ever want to do any more building along with this. So to that extent, we do have that spear. Does Ricaris, you're not a fighter, really. Lyman's got a weapon. Alan's got a weapon. Sir Robert Strongarm, he doesn't have a weapon, does he? Gift artifact? There you go. Actually, you know what? We're going to give it to Lord Darren here. Because Lord Darren's a Dornishman, and Dornishmen are, more of a spear. Robert Strongarm seems like he needs a bigger weapon than a spear. So we're going to gift Darren this artifact here. It's just it's not a great spear. Just +1 prowess, a little bit more fatal enemy casualties, but it's I think it's a worthy gift for a loyal vassal of ours. Question, okay, so did they have any further siblings? Let's see. Hazel Baroon, no, okay, so Alicent was pregnant with her new husband's child. So they don't have any Aemond in this, but we do have, Aegon has 3 younger sisters, so it'll be interesting to see if we do get a dance out of all this at some point here. Not to mention, we do still have to consider whatever Daemon's gonna do at some point as well. So, yeah, there are a lot of interesting questions about what the future is gonna hold, and I'm very curious what you guys think we should do. I know some people probably want us to usurp the kingdom of Dorne. I don't know if that makes the most sense. I am very, very certain that at the very least, we are going to try to put our own grandson on the throne of Dorne once Corrin dies and his legitimized bastard son, Prince Aenys here, takes over. But are we going to become Prince of Dorne ourselves? If you can give me a good reason for how that makes sense for an honorable lord like Lord Tion, please do so. But for now, I feel like what makes most sense is to focus on our own family, raising up Aaron Dayne to be a good, warrior and potential Sword of the Morning, and then planning on putting our grandson, Prince Corrin, on the throne, which we could potentially get a matrilineal marriage here with, with a member of our family, with one of his cousins here, like Jessa or Enis, do a matrilineal marriage, and then potentially have House Dayne inherit Dorne another generation down the line. I think that is actually a pretty decent plan. But like I said, I want to know what you guys think we should do. How should we get involved in all of this, going on here in the Seven Kingdoms? What do you guys think's going to happen with that? What do you think Daemon's gonna do if he gets involved in this? Pentos we have here as well. And then what's gonna happen in Dorne? Definitely let me know. Apparently Garen spit in my grandson Aaron's food. You're a rascal, Aaron screams, but you're a newt. Aaron has been fighting with Garen every day since. Vengeance is the best. Just turn the other cheek. Ooh, we could get Aaron calm. Calm's a decent trait. You will have your revenge in time. Vengeful? I don't know if this is something we would really say. You will have your revenge in time. We're definitely not deceitful. I think we would say turn the other cheek. Calm's it's not a terrible trait. And I think calm could be good for somebody who is a potential dragon rider in the future. So yeah, that is the trait that we're going to go with. But in any case, there are a lot of possibilities for the future here. So we will need to consider how this all plays out in the future and in those later episodes. So until then, Wanderers, thank you for watching.